The vanishing village of Lake Anjikuni. In November 1930, a Canadian fur trapper named Joe LaBelle reported discovering an abandoned Inuit village near Lake Anjikuni in Nunavut, Canada. The entire population, approximately 2,000 people, had vanished without a trace. Food and personal belongings were left behind, suggesting a sudden departure. Graves were reportedly emptied, and sled dogs were found starved and buried under a snowdrift. Some claimed to have seen a strange blue light in the sky around the time of the disappearance, fueling theories of alien abduction. The sky glowed blue with an unexplainable light, just as things took a chilling turn. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police investigated, but found no evidence of foul play or any natural disaster. In the vast, untamed wilderness of northern Canada lies a mystery that has baffled investigators and captivated imaginations for nearly a century. It's a tale of a village swallowed whole, leaving behind only silence and unanswered questions. This is the story of the vanishing village of Lake Anjikuni. The village, once a thriving Inuit settlement, now stands as a chilling testament to the unknown. Its disappearance remains one of the most perplexing unsolved mysteries in the world. Prepare to delve into the eerie enigma of Lake Anjikuni. The year was 1930. A seasoned trapper named Joe LaBelle sought shelter in a familiar Inuit village near Lake Anjikuni. What he found instead was a scene of utter desolation. The village was eerily deserted. Not a soul stirred, not a dog barked. The silence was profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind. The villagers, their belongings, even their sled dogs were all gone, vanished without a trace. The scene was marked by an unsettling stillness, a palpable sense of something deeply amiss. Joe LaBelle, shaken by what he had witnessed, immediately reported his findings to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The authorities, initially skeptical, soon realized the gravity of the situation. Two other trappers, familiar with the area, accompanied LaBelle back to the village. They hoped to find some explanation, some sign of what had transpired. But the mystery only deepened. The remoteness of Lake Anjikuni hampered the investigation from the start. The harsh terrain and limited access made it difficult to gather evidence and follow leads. Adding to the challenge was the lack of modern forensic techniques. In 1930, the tools available to investigators were rudimentary, making it nearly impossible to piece together the events that had unfolded. The dwellings in the village were intact, constructed of stone and sod. They stood as silent witnesses to the inexplicable events. Each hut was a snapshot of a life abruptly interrupted. Inside the huts, food and supplies were left behind. Pots simmered over cold fires. Tools lay scattered as if dropped in haste. The sudden departure was clearly unplanned. There was no indication of a deliberate evacuation. It was as if the villagers had simply vanished in an instant. Perhaps most unsettling of all, the villagers' rifles were found leaning against the walls of their homes. In a land where survival depended on hunting, leaving behind such essential tools was unthinkable. The most disturbing discovery was made in the village graveyard. The sacred ground had been desecrated. The scene was one of unimaginable horror. Graves had been opened. The earth was disturbed, the stones overturned. It was a scene of chaos and violation. And the bodies were missing, vanished from their final resting places. This macabre element added a new layer of horror to the already baffling mystery. The opened grave suggested something far more sinister than a simple disappearance. It hinted at a deliberate act, a violation of traditions. The vanishing of the village of Lake Anjikuni sparked a frenzy of theories and speculation. Some whispered of supernatural forces at play. Others pointed to more earthly, though equally improbable, explanations. Some speculated that the villagers had fallen victim to some unknown malevolent spirit. Others spoke of ancient curses and forgotten rituals. The remoteness of the location lent itself to such scary explanations. Alien abduction was another theory that gained traction. The idea that the villagers had been taken by extraterrestrial beings, whisked away into the night sky. It was a sensational claim, but one that resonated with some. Other inexplicable events were proposed. Strange lights in the sky, unexplained phenomena, all woven into the tapestry of the Anjikuni mystery. Each theory, however outlandish or improbable, wove itself into the growing tapestry of mystery, deepening the enigma and drawing curious minds further into its shadowy depths. More grounded explanations were also considered. Mass migration due to famine or disease was one possibility. Perhaps the villagers had been forced to abandon their homes in search of sustenance or to escape a deadly epidemic. However, the presence of food in the village contradicted this theory. Why would a people fleeing starvation leave behind stores of food? It made no logical sense. Furthermore, the lack of signs of struggle also cast doubt on this explanation. There was no evidence of violence, no indication of a forced departure. The villagers seemed to have simply walked away. Natural disasters, such as blizzards or sudden shifts in the lake's ice, were also proposed. Perhaps a catastrophic event had swept through the village, carrying the inhabitants away. But again, no evidence supported these claims. There were no signs of a blizzard, no evidence of a sudden ice shift. The landscape remained undisturbed. Extraterrestrial intervention, while sensational, remained a persistent theory. The eerie nature of the event, the complete absence of clues, seemed to support this theory. It was a mystery that defied explanation. Despite the extensive investigation, the official report concluded that the disappearance was a mystery, a perplexing, unsolvable enigma. The case was closed, but the questions remained. To this day, the vanishing village of Lake Anjikuni remains unsolved, a cold case that continues to haunt the collective imagination. The story of the vanishing village continues to captivate everyone. It serves as a chilling reminder of the vast unknown that still exists in our world, a world where some mysteries may never be solved. Lake Anjikuni tale highlights the enduring power of unsolved mysteries. It speaks to our fascination with the unexplained, our desire to understand the things that lie beyond our grasp. It is a chilling testament to the fragility of human existence, a reminder that even in the most remote corners of the world, the unthinkable can happen. We are not immune to the forces of nature, or perhaps something far more mysterious. The vanishing village of Lake Anjikuni remains a haunting enigma, a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. Like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more mysterious stories from around the world, where the unexplained meets the unforgettable. Hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching.